please don't microwave your brand. This video is specifically for people that care about the clothing aspect of owning a clothing brand. The original take of this video was a much louder, much more off-topic rant. But I decided to re-record it and focus in on the point that I'm trying to get across. You may have found my video because you were scrolling through a bunch of YouTube videos that were talking about how to start a clothing brand. The concept of that I'm perfectly fine with, but it all depends on what your goal is. I say this as a person that watched a lot of YouTube videos to further my knowledge because I'm looking for videos that help with my goal. But the more I watch these how-to videos, I realize they're focused on something completely different. As you've probably noticed by now searching, most of the titles say how to get your brand up to $100,000 this month, how to grow your Instagram following by 15,000 followers, how to get your clothing on celebrities. That is the aspect I never want to talk about with clothing brands because I'm not the most successful person. In my last video, I spoke about being a 4-figure brand owner. That was more so for the funnies a little bit, even though it's true. But the reason I didn't want to speak on that is because I know what I do know. Most of my videos are about manufacturing and how to produce clothes, how to bring your ideas to reality. But I didn't want to really talk about the growing the business side because I have a really small business. But I can't keep my mouth shut any longer because of the kind of stuff that I'm seeing. Once again, I'm speaking to the person that said, I don't see this particular thing outside in this fashion landscape. I want to create it and add something to the world. I am not talking to the person trying to make a quick buck. I'm not talking to the person that is doing this as a side hustle. I'm talking to the people that care. The reason I'm talking to you is because I don't want your mind getting warped with what you're seeing online. All of this, how to grow your stuff the fastest, how to do it the easiest. It just doesn't work like that. Can it work like that? Yes. Your first drop out the gate might make you the biggest clothing brand owner, the biggest whatever you call it on earth. Possibly. It can happen like that. Overnight success. But if you're thinking about the longevity of your brand, I want you to think about laying a good foundation. Most of these people online are skipping the foundation and jumping straight to marketing. Marketing is to get exposure on your brand and to gain sales for the product that you're selling, right? But if you don't have a solid product to start with, what's the point of marketing? Can you sell poo-poo in a bag? Yes, you can. Should you? Maybe not. Me personally, I would not feel right selling trash. My goal is always to produce the best and give y'all the best. Give my best to the world. The person that's trying to make a quick buck, that's telling you to ride the trends and use pre-made designs and do this and do that, I'm not mad about the way that anybody works their journey. You might use a little bit of that over there and a little bit of something that I talk about and do whatever you do. Make your combination. But to purely only do it out the money and you claim that you want to do it for the art, it's like, come on now. The money is going to come. If you make a good product and you don't quit, those two things specifically, because you cannot quit. If you quit, you will never succeed. You just made yourself fail. But if you know your product is good and you don't quit, you will eventually make it. I know about this on a smaller scale. You could talk to any of my friends, even though it's like, how can you do that? I don't even know why people say that. But if you talk to any of my friends, there's so many times where I said, you know what? I don't think a clothing brand is for me. I think I'd rather do this. I think I'd rather do this. And they kept telling me, I don't even know why you're saying that. You're going to do clothes. Like, yes, you can do the other stuff. You can do YouTube, you can do music. But clothes is always going to be right here at the center of you. And you're going to do it. And every time I came back around, whatever next step or level I was worried about getting to, I always made it there. And I know for a fact I'm going to make it to the next one because I'm going to put out a good product and I'm not going to quit. And all I'm saying is don't stub your toe trying to run so fast. Take your time, look at the landscape, do your research, and then go. There's no problem with that. And then my first step of being anti-microwave brands is this video right here. I want to encourage you to look for the right kind of exposure. I know you may have came on this video looking for how do I get my clothes on the right person, or how do I get my clothes to the right stylist, or how do I do my ads correctly so that everybody in the world sees it. No. I'm sure you've heard the saying, if you're the smartest one in your friend group, something is wrong. I don't know 100% if it goes like that, but basically the exposure I'm talking about is what you see on a day-to-day basis. If all you're seeing is the microwave people telling you how to do it fast and easy, your brain is going to be twisted. That's just how it works. It's the only thing that you're feeding your brain. Instead, the kind of things you need to look at are brands and brand owners you want to model yourself after. Now, mind you, you don't need to be looking at every single thing that they do, but you take bits and pieces of it. You study. So I'm going to give you two people right now that I personally follow, and they give a lot of behind the scenes content that shows the raw, unfiltered look to being a clothing brand owner. And a lot of it is not always so good. They talk about how much money they have to spend. They talk about a lot of the obstacles that is in their way, all these other kinds of things that they have to do, buying, renting, booking models, whatever the case may be. So one of them is going to be Ari at Stripped, and the other one is going to be Cody at Cody Phillips. Like I said, they post a lot of behind the scenes content, and you could just scroll through their whole feed. You could go through their stories. There's a lot of good information, and it's not even like they're selling it like a YouTube video. They're just putting their life out there for you to see and observe. Another sort of exposure that you should seek is other creative fields. Talking music, painters, sculptors, whatever the case is, there's something to pull from other disciplines and how their mind is shaped around what they do. Those things can impact the kind of designs that you make, whether it be in your prints and the art style, or in the physical garment construction that you do. And it's good to look at people from other disciplines, because now when you take from what they do and add it to your design process, it doesn't look like a direct rip. You can't necessarily tell exactly where you got the inspiration from, because you made a zip-up jacket, but somehow it was inspired by your favorite song. And that's pretty much the video. I'm over trying to create these super long, well thought out, scripted, whatever. This was really off the cuff. It was just a message I had to get out. I hope that you get something from this video. If you have a question, ask me. I think I'm going to start going live and doing like Q&As. If you're interested in that, please say something in the comments, message me, whatever the case may be, because I really like the aspect of going live, but I got to figure out a way to make sure that people are actually there so I can answer direct questions that you have about your brand and how I can help you with whatever bit of knowledge I have. I want to be able to give it to you. So aside from that, I hope you have a great day, and please don't microwave your brand.